Although you might actually get the chance to meet the xylophone ghost if you do die.
That's true.
Yeah. I really am mad about that. I really wish I would have been around to see what the hell that xylophone ghosts that y'all were talking about are. Apparently my house is haunted right now.
Fairly new house, already got a ghost.
Got ghosts that play xylophones.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It is August 24th, 2018, and you are watching the Bitcast on the VGBits channel. Guys, it is another Friday, so therefore it's time for another podcast.
Yeah.
And there is no news for this week.
No news. So we're moving on to email.
we're just gonna do email right now, and then that's it. No.
I'm ignoring what they're doing right now.
I don't even know what the hell they're doing. Oh, they're just pretending like they're frozen. We did that joke last week.
We do that joke almost every time.
That's true.
Yeah, it was Cody's idea.
I see.
Cody's not letting it go. He's like, I'm running this one.
Let me just run this into a tree, just like Paul Walker.
No.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
There, I got him work. Look, he's functional now.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
VGBits. Where all the dead memes come to lay rest.
Sometimes literally dead.
Yes, very much so. But not tonight. Tonight is full of life and excitement and things and stuff. Because we have games to talk about. Well, yeah, that's true. Unless he's a zombie. He'd be Zombie Walker.
Mm.
He would just be a walker then.
What if he was a Texas Ranger? Paul Walker, Texas Ranger zombie.
God, that sounds really good. A post-apocalyptic Texas.
A post-apocalyptic Texas.
It would be much the same.
Where he's driving a Lamborghini 180 miles an hour down the road.
It would be much the same as it is usually out here.
Red Dead Redemption. No.
Yeah. Boy, howdy.
No. We've got things and stuff. Right now I threw up a poll, by the way, for those of you who are watching now. I threw a poll up on the VGBits, not right now.
Oh.
Don't go looking for something, TJ.
You threw something, I was like, oh shit.
No, on the VGBits Twitter, I threw up a poll. It was nasty, but I want to find out if people like 30-minute increments of a podcast or a long form. So you'll see in there's an hour and a half option, and then there's 3 30-minute increments where we would upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the podcast. Of course, the online or the audio portion is going to stay long form because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. But for the videos, we can break this up into different 30-minute segments. So give us feedback if you're watching. Let us know. It's going to go on for another 6 days. I really appreciate it. That way I can kind of figure out what people actually like if they don't want to listen to us for an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour podcast.
I would never do a 4-hour podcast.
We've done a 3 hour.
I've blanked that memory out.
I don't see how. It was only a few weeks ago.
Was it really?
Yes.
Podcast is just a live stream at this point.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, we're getting closer to that.
We are very close to live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a new camera for the channel.
Yeah.
It is Sexy Beast camera. It is not being used right now, mainly because this is professional grade equipment that I have purchased, and I've got to set it up. It's not plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore it's difficult. Yay, fun.
Yay.
Outside of that, anything else channel news wise? Tomorrow we have coming out, which everybody's already going to notice. It is, what do we have coming out tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Injustice 2.
It is Injustice 2. Oh, that is you versus Curtis in Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Oh boy! If you're this is the arena. This is episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of season 2 of the arena. It is Injustice 2. This is TJ will be fighting Curtis for an Injustice title.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Points will be had by somebody.
Somebody's getting points.
There is always a winner. Huh?
Me, isn't it?
You got some points, yeah.
I get the points.
Yeah.
You get the points because we like you.
Oh.
So, look forward to that. If I seriously recommend you folks watch the next few episodes. It is going to be super fun.
I seriously recommend everyone watch every episode at least 6 times.
That's true. Ow!
Sorry, my rubber band broke.
You just rubber broke.
Wow.
Rubber band.
Why are you fiddling with it?
Because I wanted to make sure it fit right. I didn't want it to slide off while I wasn't paying attention.
You know they have procedures for that.
Safety first.
Yeah.
A little bit of scissors, a little bit of snip, and a little bit of glue, and you're back together again.
I'm talking about my microphone guard over here.
Let's go.
Listen, everyone that's
I'm talking
listening-
about a rubber band too. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong with you people.
I want everyone to know that I'm innocent in all this.
All right. Well, I literally think that's all the channel news for now. So
Fix it later.
yeah, fix it later. We'll come back to your microphone slippage. Yeah.
It's microphone guard.
All right. So all right, guys, it's time to start off the podcast with what we start off the podcast with every single of the week. Every single week.
Every single of the week.
Every single of the week.
What if we're not
Number
singles?
one.
I'm the only one that's
That's
single.
I was trying to sit there and think about that. I was like, I guess we're TJ then.
Aw.
Aww.
Aw.
We're gonna start off.
Michael, love you.
We need a name for this segment. If anybody has an idea for a name of this segment for what we have been doing in life for the week, video game related, book related. By the way, we still need to record a book club.
We still need to edit and upload a book club.
I think that book club is dead. We'll either have to re-record it or start over.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, so this is just our life in this week. If you got a sexier name,
Call it highlights for kids.
highlights for kids.
Yeah.
That's video game related, not magazine related.
No, it's just the highlights for kids.
You want me to start including like a riddle with all of mine?
Oh my
and a maze.
well, you got to have the
crossword.
difference in pictures. Then
Yeah.
find the 4 differences between the pictures.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You can't have it without it.
So we all need to start wearing the same exact clothes, except for one thing needs to be off.
Just
What's
each
the difference?
week make one change and see if people start noticing it as we go out through each week. Daniel's got an eye patch this week. Okay, so who wants to kick off what we've been doing this week?
I can because it's really easy.
Yeah,
You might also want to turn up Discord.
Is it quiet?
Cody sounds real quiet to me.
Why are y'all quiet?
Hi guys, I'm here.
Yes, it's too quiet.
All right, hold on 1 second. Y'all are quiet.
Okay. Sorry.
Maybe if you just let us talk for once.
Let's go now.
Oh, it just took forever to go.
Say something.
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 That's better.
Somewhere
Over the rainbow.
Way
I don't know the
up
words.
high. Well, y'all stop.
Because we don't know the rest of the words.
Whatever. All right, TJ, talk about your week in Monster Hunter.
So, most of it's been Monster Hunter. I think I played something else, but I'm not sure.
You played Monster Hunter.
I did. I played a lot of Monster Hunter.
Probably played a little bit of PUBG. That's about it.
I did. I played a smidgen of PUBG.
You've been playing Metal Gear Solid this week.
I did.
Too.
Well, let me get to it. Damn it! Spoiling all my build up. No, I have been.
Like, I haven't been playing
right off the
anything,
top.
But you have.
I've been playing. I've been streaming. Metal Gear Solid 1.
You mean we're streaming
We
now?
are streaming, but I have to go back to work next week, so that'll probably be the end of it.
We'll stream more often.
Yeah, we're getting there. But I figured I was off all week. I should play that. And then Michael was like, you should play Metal Gear Solid, and you said you should play it, but you've already played it, so it wouldn't be that fun. I was like, I've never finished it. I've got maybe 30 minutes to an hour into it. He's like, oh, we'll play it, and I had to go through that whole rigmarole of getting it set up and
watching you die all the
so
time.
many times.
That was hilarious.
It was terrible.
No,
there's been some hilarious clips that have come from
I've killed myself a couple times.
One of my favorite parts is whenever you were in the beginning of the game, and you ran over here and you hid behind a wall, and you're like, yeah, and this guard walks up and suddenly you go clunk 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 on the wall. What was that? Just walks right a couple of feet. It's like, ah!
And then he killed me.
Snake, stealthy as fuck.
The stealthiest man alive. Yeah.
Well, the thing is I'm so used to playing like modern stealth games where you can reach around and pull someone in. I was like, oh, that'll work in this. He's just like,
I'm gonna press a button to grab this guy. Clunk 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 clunk.
You're like, oh, that was a bad move.
yeah.
Yeah.
I died there a bunch of times actually.
You did.
That balcony, that walkway was not my friend. There's
Hey, you've slowly gotten used to it though.
yeah. I mean, I've gotten to I beat Sniper Wolf and I beat the Revolver Ocelot thing. I did not submit. I owed my way through the whole thing. My arm was so tired. I had to do it twice. I just want to know that I had to do this twice. The first time I got through it, no problem. The second time, it wasn't so good because I accidentally overridden my save, so I had to go back to a different save and do it again.
Nice. Good
Anyways, yeah. So a lot of Metal Gear Solid, a lot of Monster Hunter.
A lot.
I think I'm closing in on 50 or 60 hours now.
Yeah,
Just-
and that's within a couple of days.
Yeah. It's unhealthy. Well, see, last week it was No Man's Sky, which I played relentlessly.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, well, I bought Monster Hunter. I should play that too. And now I fell into the mud pit, and it's sticky, and I can't get out.
Like
We're
the
now the
La Brea
mud puppet.
tar pit.
Yeah. It's a fun game, though.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The thing is if I were like, I want to buy the game and join in with you. You're light years ahead of me.
Well, here's the thing. I was really far ahead, and I was like, I really don't like the male armor in the game. So I was like, I'm going to make a female character because I've seen the female armor, and the female armor looks better. And the most important thing to me in Monster Hunter is how good do I look? Fashion, yes.
Fashion Hunter, just like they called Dark Souls 3.
Fashion Hunter.
Fashion Souls 3.
Yeah.
Fashion Soul.
Like the stats don't matter. How good do I look?
Or Final Fantasy 14 is fashion fantasy for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Final
That's
Fantasy
the
10 too.
most important thing in a lot of games lately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to look really good because you get off a cool screenshot and you're like, yeah, that's good right there.
Yeah.
Like and the cool thing is like I can go back. Like if you start playing, I can go back. Like I made a new character and I've been running with Cody, and it's been fun except for Monster has a lot of problems. For one, you can't skip cutscenes. None of them.
You gotta watch them all over again every time.
Yeah. And that's a drag.
That's supposed to be a deterrent for you starting a new character.
But that shouldn't be a deterrent. It shouldn't be like, hey, don't start new characters. Just play your own. And the thing about Monster Hunter is you don't need to start a new character. If you don't like what you're using, just you have access to all the weapons. There's no skill tree you need to redo. You just boop.
Let me grab my daggers.
Pretty
Stab,
much.
stab.
Yeah, it's a very it lets you do whatever you want, any way you want it. And I mean, there's something for everyone. I've played with some people who are super salty because Monster Hunter has a learning curve, and World is
whoa.
Whoops.
Well, Monster Hunter has eaten Skid.
Yep.
We'll be right back in just a minute. And we're back. Sorry about that slight technical difficulty. Cody became the size of the TV screen and ate Skid.
He didn't dodge. He didn't dodge his attack properly.
Yeah, he didn't roll.
Yeah.
You got to roll, Michael.
Sorry.
You got to roll, then praise the sun.
So
Praise the sun.
anyways, no praise the sun.
Yes, praise the sun.
No.
Yeah.
Praise the sun.
Fuck the sun. Never did
Sun
nothing
is
for
pretty
me.
hot, man.
Never did nothing for me. So anyways, I forgot what I was talking about now. But there's a lot to do in Monster Hunter. Like it
It lets
does
you do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean it has this really steep learning curve. But all Monster Hunters have, and I think this is the easiest one to pick up. And I don't know if it's because I've played Monster Hunter before.
Probably because you played it.
Maybe, but I feel like it's a lot. Like I picked up 3U, and that one was difficult.
4U was the one that came out for the Nintendo 3DS, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I picked that one up.
Yeah.
I picked that one up. That was hard. And they're like, this is the easiest one to jump in on.
It was. It was,
Good
yeah.
time.
But I think World does a lot more for that whole thing. That makes it easier to pick up. It's certainly easier to play because I have a whole screen now instead of a 5-inch screen. But it's so good. Like it plays really, really well on the PC. I mean, I'm running a 970, and it has no issues.
The closest thing I can compare the older Monster Hunters to is Dark Souls.
Yeah.
In the fact that like it just kind of throws you in the game and it's like, here's all these items, and you're just like, shit, what does this do? What does this do? You have to sit here and take time to read it. And
Yeah.
a lot of times you don't feel like doing that, you know?
Yeah.
The same thing happens with Dark Souls. They just kind of throw you in, and then it's up to you to try and figure out what the lore is and all that stuff. So
yeah, that's one thing. Like when I played 4U, it was like, here's where we're set up. Like it had a short, cinematic coming in. It's like, here's where we are. Monsters are out there. Have fun. I was like, all right.
yeah, that's pretty much what like, they were like. Yeah.
But this one, it's the story is much more prevalent. Like you have a lot of cutscenes, and it's fun. I mean, it's really good. I enjoyed it. I still do. It's gonna be hard going back to work and not being able to play as much.
You just played on your laptop.
Yeah. I'm hoping it has offline. I think it does. Someone told me it does.
I'm
really gonna miss you.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Goodbye.
I'll come back and everybody's like, "Hey, look at you, high rank." And that's what sucks. I got to high rank. Like I'm, my male character is HR 16 or 15. I'm back to 8, I think.
Yeah, I think that's about where we left off.
Yeah, it's a slog.
Here, let me boot it up and check.
And then he goes off to play.
Goodbye, everybody. It's the end of the podcast. Everybody's going to go play Monster Hunter.
Yeah. But it's a good time. I think everybody should get it.
Okay. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I will have to try in between all the other games that I've been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played it on my PS4 and I enjoyed it, but I don't think I want to get into it right now on the PC. Because there's a million other things coming out that I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
1,000,001.
Yeah.
There is nothing else coming out that I want to play right now.
Not immediately.
Not that I know of.
What about Red Dead Redemption?
Well, that's
on
not immediate.
PS4, I can't play it.
Oh, that's true.
But still,
I also
you
don't
would
have a
want to
PS4.
play it, though.
I would want to,
I want to.
but
You
but
can't
at this
play
point,
it.
They're not bringing it to PC, so I don't want to play it.
Oh,
And here's here's that same thing. Like, if they, you like say I go out and I buy a PS4 and I play the living shit out of Red Dead, and they pull a GTA and they're like, "Hey, boom, PC." And it's like, that's cool, but are you gonna let us port over, like they did with GTA Online?
probably.
They
Why
did.
wouldn't
They
they?
didn't let us do that.
But
Let
not
you do it
anymore.
for a little bit and then
Hold on.
tank it.
What did GTA 5 release on first? The PS,
Xbox 360.
360 and PlayStation 3.
the 360, PlayStation 3. I got Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PlayStation 3, made a character on PlayStation 3, ported him over to PlayStation 4, then ported him over to PC.
Same.
Except for the
So,
PC. I didn't port mine to the PC.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
I had
in time.
to, yeah, they stopped it. I had to make a new one on PC, but
That's
I
the
did.
worst.
I took mine from 360 to Xbox One.
I did think it was kind of cool though that like you could make your father, like you could pick your father and mother.
John
Yeah.
One of the
Marston.
fathers that one of the fathers was John Marston.
Yeah.
From Red Dead.
Very cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember that in GTA 5.
I made him my
is
dad,
John
yeah.
Marston.
Yeah.
Who wasn't John Marston?
I didn't.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't recall that option being on PC, so I don't think I did that.
You had to have had Red Dead Redemption played and on your either Rockstar account or Xbox account or PlayStation account.
It should have been on my PlayStation account, but I don't know if my Xbox account, but I don't know if that's linked with my Rockstar account in any way.
Then that would be why it wouldn't show up.
Yeah, probably.
It should be on my Xbox account. I mean, I played that on the 360 when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, TG. Well, anything else you've been doing other than
a
wonderful job of streaming this week?
No, I've done so little. I have not left the house since I got back from Ohio.
Come back to Ohio.
Got back to Texas. No, like my cousin's wedding was in Ohio, and I was up there last weekend per last podcast. And it was a good time. There's some anime weebs. They had a whole Studio Ghibli thing going on.
I saw the cake. It was wonderful.
Yeah, so My Friend Totoro. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah. They had that cake, I guess.
So wait, was John there?
No. I'm sure John would have been there. Like, oh, shit, yeah. Cake and anime, what up? But no, it was a good time. I had a good time in Ohio. It was a long-ass drive back. I drove like an idiot. Should have flew.
Yeah. That was brutal drive.
Yeah, and I drove straight through both ways.
You're insane.
Yeah.
How long of a trip was it?
Well, it's a according to Google, it's 15 and a half hours.
TG's like, I made it in 12.
No, I mean, I drove fast most of the time, but like I think our total time was like 17 hours.
Jeez.
Just with stopping for fuel, and I'd stop to eat. And like I would actually stop and eat somewhere, because sitting in the car and eating and driving, you need something to break up the trip.
Yeah, you actually do.
Yeah, long trips like that, highly recommend to stop and like take an hour break.
Yeah,
it helps a lot.
I've done 10 hours straight through before, and it's not fun.
No.
Yeah, I recommend that too, because I did the 14-hour drive to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Earlier this year. So
we're
stopping, going in somewhere and eating was nice.
We're a bunch of long driving fools here.
Yes.
My original plan was I was gonna go and drive all the way across Pennsylvania into New Jersey.
Hey.
I was gonna visit Cody and then some other friends in New Jersey, Mike and his roommate Axel and all them, and a dude that flew over. Where's G from?
The Netherlands, I believe.
He'd flown in. I was like, man, that'd be cool to go all the way there. But then I was like, that's like another 10, 12 hours.
You're like, this is a bad idea. Let's not do that.
Yeah, so I drove home instead. But it was, good trip. That's really all I've been doing.
All right.
Driving real far and playing games and streaming.
That's TJ's life for the week. So,
yes.
Who wants to participate in show and tell next? All right, Cody, you look really tired there. No, Michael, go ahead.
I was just I've been playing one game. I'm about to start playing some more things, but the only game I've been playing is, I played a little bit of PUBG, but I've mostly been playing World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you've been streaming that too.
Ooh.
I've been streaming my entire story questing with one of the characters is what I've been doing. And
nice.
it's I actually really like the expansion a lot. Like I came in at the tail end of the Legion expansion and like worked up really hard to get like some of the good gear and stuff like that, and I felt like really powerful because like at the end of the Legion, everybody who was like leveled up was doing like millions of damage. I'm not kidding, millions of damage. Then Battle for Azeroth pre-patch came, and they did a stat squish, so they lowered everything in the game because they were like, everybody's doing millions of damage. We need to like kind of reset everything.
It was bonkers.
So now we're all doing thousands of damage instead.
Yeah,
but everything is rebalanced.
Oh,
it's about time.
Yeah. everything's rebalanced for Battle for Azeroth, and now everybody's doing like thousands of damage, and I feel weak again because like the expansion came out, better armor came out. Now I'm having to build my way back up, and but the story's been really interesting. I've really enjoyed like the story and like what's been happening with some of the stuff going on in game. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody watching, but yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Wow.
That sounds like the MMO life.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I plan to play the original Spyro games soon. I'm gonna stream those.
Next
Nice.
month.
Huh?
Next month.
Oh yeah, next month.
No, like I'm gonna stream the original ones real soon.
Oh,
here.
okay, okay, like the
not the
PS1
Reignited trilogy. I'm gonna play the original ones.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what you were doing. You were messing around with the PlayStation emulator. I saw.
Yes, that's what I was doing. I was getting it set up so I can stream the original Spyro games.
Mm.
And if we can get it set up, maybe yeah,
B-roll.
there it is.
Nice.
If we can get it set up, maybe I'll even do it on the VGBits channel.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to
Yeah.
So yeah,
show off all the things.
I'll probably do that then.
Okay.
But that's it for me.
All right. Well then, you know what? Cody,
Hello.
what you been doing?
Oh man, I have been forced against my will to play Monster Hunter recently.
Oh no! Let me twist your arm behind your back.
Okay, so the aforementioned buddies from Netherlands and New Jersey came to stay at my house for a little bit. And while I was here, one of them who owns the game got on my computer, shared his library, downloaded it, and said, "Here, you're playing." And they did not want to do anything else but watch me play Monster Hunter and watch Critical Role.
Sounds like a good time.
It was literally just like lay in my bed and watch Critical Role or play Monster Hunter. And I was like, fine, if it'll get everybody off my back, I will appease them and I will play some Monster Hunter. And
monsters.
Because they wanted to watch Critical Role, I could not hear anything about Monster Hunter. Like no in-game sound, no dialogue. I had no idea what was going on in the story, which granted there isn't much of one, but I had no idea like really what was happening.
Mhm.
So after playing it for like 8 hours over 2 different days, I was like, I'm just gonna delete my dude and play it again and start streaming it because everyone's been wanting me to play it. So I'll give it a little bit more thorough of a try and listen to it and see if I actually enjoy it. And now I'm sitting at 32 hours in the game.
Gosh.
Doesn't take long.
Nope.
Yeah,
Like,
roughly
even in
32
It
hours.
takes roughly 32 hours to get to
Even in
32
his,
hours.
Yeah, even in his Discord, he's like, "It's time to do." Oh wait, sorry, time to play some Monster Hunter World.
It's time to duel.
Yeah, because I don't remember if I mentioned it on the last podcast, but I played through the newest Doom game that was released.
Well, you
Yeah.
told us you were playing Doom at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finished it?
Yes, I finished it. That was a really, really fun game.
Hmm.
That was a really, really nice remake. They did really
Yeah.
well on that remake.
I can't wait for
Really
Doom
was.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
still
one
haven't
looks-
watched the
that
trailer
one
for
looks
that.
Well, I mean, what the trailer that they do have, it was just like a really short CG intro thing that
Yeah.
I see. That's the one that I saw. So, but yeah,
I'll
Cool.
take a look into it. But yeah, so Monster Hunter. Everyone's been loving that I'm playing Monster Hunter. I had, basically, the first time I played it, I went invisible on Discord and Steam, so that way I wouldn't get harassed with messages.
Oh my
Which
god,
was
let
a-
me play with you.
Yep. Which was a good idea because the next day, my buddy Axel actually hopped on my character and farmed some things for me, some monsters. And while he was playing, it took about like an hour or two. But while he was playing, all of a sudden up on Discord goes Lucid.
You need a buddy? He's
like,
like, nope.
I was like, I'm not actually playing right now. It's Axel. And he was just like, oh. And he sounded so disappointed.
I was in text. I just went, oh. And then it didn't say anything else.
Yeah, it was just OH, no period, just oh. And then just silence. I was like, aw.
it would have been like if it was OH ... then you could have been like, oh. Then it really would have been like, oh.
Yeah. But about like 15 minutes later, he finished getting some materials and then hands me the controller so that way I can go upgrade my weapon. That way he's not doing it for me. I did it. And as soon as he got it in my hands and I upgraded, I went to hand it back. He's like, "Now you're playing now." I went, "Oh." So I hopped back on and played for a little bit, and then they ended up leaving, and I was like, "All right, I'm done."
I'm free.
And then I got up the next day and I was like, "I kind of want to play some more."
It's good, man. It's a fun game.
Yeah. The only other Monster Hunter game that I've tried was, I think, Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii.
Yeah.
And the controls felt so clunky. Like I couldn't get the hang of it. I felt like I could never hit anything. Like I didn't feel like I was actually doing anything. But picking this one up, it definitely feels a lot better. It feels a lot more fluid. Like you have a lot more control over your weapon and your character and what's going on. And it's super satisfying to kill monsters.
Yeah. It feels
like, yeah. I'm using a weapon called the Insect Glaive, which
that's my favorite one. I love that one. That's the one I used.
Everyone seems to use the Insect Glaive, which everyone else was telling me like, "Oh, hammer or charge blade or this or that or this," and I'm just like, the only person I knew who used Insect Glaive was my friend Knightley, and I was like, "Oh, well, she used it, she loves it. I'll give it a try." It was either Insect Glaive or dual blades, so I tried the Insect Glaive because it seemed like the most fun. Because one of the tricks of it is you like pole vault yourself up into the air, and then if you hit a monster with one of your combos, as long as the last hit actually hits the monster, it propels you back up in the air, and you just start like dancing in the air, like going back up and down.
You could not touch the ground for a long time. It's so satisfying when you get those off too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so fun.
So
and I don't feel so bad about throwing people in the air. Because I
that's
usually
all Lucid does.
Yeah, charge blade and switch axe, and those are constantly knocking people into the air, or tripping them, flinching them. Everybody hates being around me.
Such a best friend.
While you're trying to heal, all of a sudden you just stop and you wonder why.
Oh, there's Lucid.
Thanks, Lucid.
The two weapons I used the most were the Insect Glaive. That was my favorite one, and I also used, I forgot what it was called, but it was like the Gun Lance. I think it was.
Gun Lance.
I think I used the Gun Lance. Yeah, those two, the Gun Lance and the Insect Glaive, were my two favorites.
Yeah, I used the dual blades for the first little bit while playing the game the second time through, and I enjoyed them. I've always liked dual wielded weapons, and they were fun, and it felt a lot more powerful than the Insect Glaive. But I came across the issue of I don't like being on the ground.
Mostly
know.
Yeah. He has to be next to me.
I was doing I'd used Gun Lance first. For a long time, I was like, your Gun Lance is so cool because you had that ability where my character would slam the Gun Lance into a monster, pull the trigger and pull it out, and then it just leaves this giant I forget what it's called, but it leaves this thing that just explodes in him and does a ton of damage. And I was like, that's so satisfying to get that off. But then I started using the Insect Glaive, and I was just like, whee! And I'm like, this is more fun.
Yep, I loved the power of the dual blades, and it's got a demon mode in it where you do this one move that you just start slashing terribly into it.
Yeah,
ferocious. And I just realized I'm tired of standing by these guys' feet, not being able to see anything. I just let me fly.
I know. Oh yeah.
So I fly through the air now and hit everything a whole bunch and paralyze them or poison them by throwing bugs at them. It's awesome.
Once you go Insect Glaive, you don't go back.
Yeah, honestly.
That's why I don't want to change weapons. I love my switch axe so much. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere else.
I want to try something else, but I don't know what would be as fun as the Insect Glaive. I've considered trying the charge blade or axe or whatever it is, and just or now hear me out. I could just use the Insect Glaive.
That's what. Go ahead.
I was just going to quickly say there's something I like a lot about the Insect Glaive is it reminds me of Dragoons from Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking the Legend of Dragoon, but yes, Dragoons.
But yes, I love the feeling of being like a Dragoon jumping in the air and whack. It's so fun.
That was one of my very first thoughts. I was like, I'm like a Dragoon right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Anything else?
Aside from that, no, I don't think I've really played any other games. I've just played Doom and Monster Hunter World, and I will probably pick up The Legend of Dragoon starting next week because school starts for me, and I'm going to be very busy with that.
Wait, you're picking a Legend of Dragoon back up?
Yeah, I stopped playing it originally because the emulator started malfunctioning on me. And kept like kicking me out of the game. Like after 10 minutes, it would just like stop the game for me. So my brother ended up giving me a whole bunch of his old PlayStation 1 and 2 games. So I'm just gonna play it off my capture card this time and start from the beginning on my PlayStation 2.
Right
Nice.
Yeah. So, but I figured it would be easy to kind of like pick up and play because it's, you know, it's a console. I just turn everything on, start playing after a couple hours, then stop, and then I can go work on homework and junk.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that then.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I missed that game.
Okay, well,
How about you?
me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
I mean-
you?
What about old Daniel?
What you been up to?
See, other than these
only
guys
kind of care.
who've only done nothing as of play Monster Hunter,
I played
because
Doom.
Monster Hunter,
You hunt monsters in that too.
Doom, Monster Hunter World.
I have 12 hours in Doom, 32 hours in Monster Hunter.
Nice.
I have been investing my time in Dead Cells still. And
Ooh.
oh wow, this game is so good.
Yeah.
This is literally this is gonna have some possibly maybe gonna give some top tier for running for some money for game of the year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's up there because it is very, very much, again, it is a Metroidvania platformer roguelite.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have thought that I would like any type of roguelite game, but this is actually, it's really, really, really fun and frustrating at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I finally started getting to a point where I could start unlocking some blueprints. Mm-hmm. So you're supposed to be able to start at the start of your run. There's 2 basic weapons there. Once you start unlocking more and more blueprints, they're supposed to change what those basic weapons that are sitting there. I haven't had it happen yet, which is making me super sad. But soon, because you can string together with the right combination of weapons, and you can carry typically 4 different weapons with you at any point in time. Your traditional X and Y button, which is one's an offhand weapon, one's your on-hand weapon, and then your ZL and ZR button, because I'm playing on the Switch, is like little freeze blasts or traps to hold to, or grenades to hold enemies with. You must use these to win the game. Just so you know. Because I actually made it to the first boss of the game finally.
Wait, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing all week. This thing is brutal.
Jeez.
Like, I got to the boss and I got in there and I said, "Okay, here I go. I'm gonna fight the boss." I started doing okay. I was doing all right. I was taking chunks. I was like, "I'm gonna take a chunk of your life off," and I'd sit there and hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him. Every time I would swing and do, I think I had dual blades at the time, and I would attack him with my dual blades. I took a tiny sliver of his life off. His life bar extends all the way across the TV.
Jeez.
And I'm playing on a 65-inch, so that life bar is really long. So I'm sitting there swinging, and I'm like, I am not doing any damage to this guy. Oh, no. And the first boss is called the Concierge. It's like almost like a gym-style golem that walks around. He has multitude of attacks that are kind of easy to avoid, but you've got to use strategy and tactics when you sit there and fight these bosses otherwise, because you can't brute force it.
Yeah.
So if you have a bad run when you first start off and you don't pick up any weapons, like if you just kind of stay with some of your basic weapons, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different platform levels before you get to the boss. If you don't search around and find some stuff and you go straight to him, you're toast.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to combo some of these weapons together. There's some things in there that you can, almost like a Hadoken freeze, that you can freeze monsters with. Once I had this and I comboed with a very large sword that did extra 175% damage with each swing, I was blowing people away.
Nice.
But I can't get that combo again. It was just like that one nice perfect instance where I get the greatest weapon combo that I could find.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no. But I haven't beat the boss yet. In the game, I have discovered that there are doors that have timer locks on them. Mm-hmm. Specifically in the second platform level, mm-hmm. you have to make it to this door in less than 2 minutes. So that means you've got to blitz the dungeon or the prison all the way through this massive prison to get to the exit. Run past there's a little stopgaps between each platforming level where you can refresh your health and talk to the guy and unlock some more bonuses and then fill up a potion, which I've got a potion now, so I can heal once. But you got to do all these little refreshes and things, but you got to skip all that to get to this door. I was short by a minute getting to this door. That's the best that I've done so far. I do not know what's behind the door yet.
Dang.
It is so freaking hard to get to these doors. Mm-hmm. And then you come across the bosses, or they're not, boss-like characters. They're elite monsters. So, like, there's a guy that runs around, he has a couple of ninja blades, or there's a guy with an arrow. And these elite bosses, they'll give you runes. Runes are permanent upgrades to your character. I've finally collected one now. And from these little squishy dead cells in the ground, I can shoot a vine up and climb up a vine. So I can actually go back into different sections of, say, like in the prison, where you just had to keep running past. Now when you go back, if you see this section, you can sprout a vine and traverse a different section of that little prison section.
Yeah.
So it's clever in that aspect. I really am enjoying that. The story is a little thin, but then again, I'm just kind of in it for the gameplay right now. So if I ever get past the first boss, which is going to be harder than hell, I'll let you know. But I think I'm in it for the long haul on this game. I will say this. If you do decide to book ass in this game, the Switch, if you're playing on the Switch, it does lag a bit on the Switch. It does have a little bit of issue trying to keep up with you.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of games on Switch.
Yeah.
You get too much shit on the screen, it's just like, I can't.
Yeah, it's like, but
there's 15 frames.
I mean, I was literally just hauling ass because I picked up a sandal. It was a speed boost for my character, so he was running extra fast. And I'm sitting there running across, and you get like a double jump in there. So I'm sitting there bouncing across the top of this level, just skimming across everybody's head, trying to run as fast as I can. It started to chug on the Switch.
Aye.
So I don't regret buying it for the Switch because I want more games for my Switch.
Yeah.
Which now I've actually I bought another game for the Switch today, which I'm going to be trying out here pretty quick. It is Little Dragon's Cafe.
Yay.
Yay!
Ah.
I have been waiting for this game alongside Dead Cells since they announced the Little Dragon's Cafe. It came out on PlayStation 4 and also the Switch. So I'm going to be playing the Switch version because, again, I have a nice, pretty white and blue Switch that I need to use.
I I need more games for my Switch, so I'm going to be getting it for my Switch as well. I haven't gotten it yet, but I plan to because I really want to play Little Dragon's Cafe.
It makes sense to play this game on the Switch because it feels like a Harvest Moon style game, except not. Yeah. So, I mean, from what they are describing in this game, you can do all the side quests and everything to your heart's content, and it'll never like mess up your main quest. Mm-hmm. Nice. It's like, hey, you want to do this? Go do this for 40 hours. Your main quest is still here. It's fine. So, it sounds good. I'm excited and I'm interested in playing it. But outside of, go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that game still reminds it sounds and reminds me a lot of Rogue Legacy. And just like you said you hadn't beaten the boss yet.
Right.
In the time that I played Rogue Legacy, I think I only ever beat one boss, and I haven't played it since 2014.
Yeah,
but
Michael tried to get me to play that too.
Some of the bosses in Rogue Legacy were hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Oh, okay. Rogue Legacy was where your main character, I guess, was a... every time one character died, it would just spawn an heir.
It would be a descendant. Yeah.
Okay. Now I recall this game.
And they'd have different traits and stuff like that. Like sometimes they were colorblind, so all the colors would be different, or like the controls would be backwards or something.
Woof.
Default for Cody.
Or you were strong, so any enemy you hit would get knocked back, or you were weak, so you'd get knocked back anytime you were hit. Stuff like that. It was really interesting.
That's the default for Cody. Color line.
Color deficient.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
I know.
But yes. That game, it's what it sounds like, and it's hard, and I commend you for playing that. I had 13 hours apparently in Rogue Legacy, and then I stopped.
This game is pretty sick, and I don't know why it just appeals to me right now. It feels like I guess it just scratches that old Nintendo itch right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you would have like in the old games, for instance, like Battletoads, repping the Battletoad shirt right there. For those who are watching, I made that shirt.
Oh.
that's my handiwork. I did it for a softball team I ran.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
We were the Battletoads, so yeah, we gave Cody number 2. Made him an honorary Battletoad.
Nice.
That's cool.
Better to be number 2 than number 1.
Number 2 on you.
I'm the shit.
Darn right.
So outside of Dead Cells, which I've been playing, I did a little upgrading. Of course, I mentioned at the top that I've bought some new equipment for the channel, which that's to be expected of me. I'm going to throw money at the channel and upgrade all the things. But one thing that I did go and buy because of some of the conversations that we had last week, I bought a copy of Winback.
Oh, shoot.
I bought a copy of Winback off of eBay. It'll be here very soon.
I don't know what that is.
It's a police shooter. 2? Yeah, for the PlayStation 2.
Nice.
It's a what?
It's a police shooter. You're a police guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I remember you guys mentioning this last week.
Yes. And
yes.
Also, I bought Siphon Filter.
Oh, nice.
Hey, nice.
I
need to play that again.
I was like, I gotta have Siphon Filter. So I bought Winback and Siphon Filter at the same time. Well, when I bought Siphon Filter, I looked at it and I was like, okay, hey. And then eBay tells me, hey, guess what? Siphon Filter 2 is shipped. And I'm like, Siphon Filter 2? I was like, I didn't buy Siphon Filter 2. That's not what I bought at all. And I go on eBay and I look and it says, you've bought Siphon Filter 2.
Huh.
Oh, no.
And I was like, well, I guess I need to go buy Siphon Filter. So now I own
the first one.
Now I own the first Siphon Filter. I own Siphon Filter 2, which I have played, and it's good too.
Yeah.
And Winback, and I am eagerly awaiting Winback because I want to play some Winback.
That'll be cool.
So
awesome.
maybe I will do some streaming of some old games.
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome. And you can find us on twitch.tv/VGBits.
Go watch them. They're awesome.
We will be hilarious. And hopefully soon we will have the podcast streaming at the very time that we're recording right now, which is usually starting at 7 o'clock. Except
I don't think we've ever once started at 7 o'clock.
Supposed to.
Nope.
We're all here at 7.
Technical difficulties make us record at 7:30.
Yeah.
Every time. There's always something to delay the start. Nonetheless. So
we're working on that.
That has pretty much been my week. Is I've been buying video games and buying equipment and then playing the living crap out of Dead Cells because also I've been doing a sleep study.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Oh yeah, because for people who don't know, sometimes if you've ever heard of sleep apnea, it's a thing where you just stop breathing while you sleep. So people think you're dead.
Yep.
It's a fun thing.
Yep. Your brain forgets. Your brain forgets to tell you to breathe.
It's like, hey, you should breathe, and you're like, nah, I got this.
I'm good.
It's okay. So
sounds like too much work.
I've done some testing over the past 3 days. I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Sleeping with this crap on is terrible. I feel like a robot.
Yeah.
I got this little flap in front of my face, and every time I wake up in the middle of the night, it's like there, and it's like poking me in the mouth, and I'm like, no! And I start getting frustrated and can't take it off because I'm being a responsible adult and making sure that I'm not going to die in the middle of my sleep.
Yes, we would miss you.
Yeah, everybody would miss me.
Although you might actually get the chance to meet the xylophone ghost if you do die.
That's true.
Yeah, I really am mad about that. I really wish I would have been around to see what the hell that xylophone ghost that y'all were talking about are. Apparently my house is haunted right now.
Fairly new house, already got a ghost.
Got ghosts that play xylophones.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I haven't heard any xylophone ghosts since y'all were here.
Yeah.
Or since you were here, rather. So maybe he follows you.
Cool.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't heard him around here at all.
Oh, no.
Maybe he got lost trying to follow you home.
Maybe he's still floating his way from Texas.
He's like, son of a bitch, got it on the airplane.
He got on the plane. He didn't have a ticket, so he was like,
he got on, but the plane took off, and he just phased through it.
Come on!
Didn't have the chance to possess someone before he got on.
Poor guy.
So xylophone ghosts. No, really, that's been about it. That really is all I've been up to as of lately. So next week will probably be a lot more older video games as they'll come in at the end of the week, unfortunately. So you're gonna get more Dead Cells from me. They'll probably be playing more Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to play Dead Cells so I have something to talk about. So we can be like, oh yeah, you see that thing? Yeah, that thing is awesome. Right now it's just like I'm the only one with Dead Cells and everybody else is all
I played Dead Cells. It was like, cool.
Like, yeah, that's great. Okay, let's talk about Monster Hunter. You see that Monster Hunter game over there?
Well, I've seen Dead Cells played, so I know what you're talking about. I just haven't played it myself.
Yeah.
Yet.
It is so much fun. It's worth the money on the Switch, I would say. If you can get it cheap on Steam, I'd go ahead and pick it up on Steam. I may pick it up on Steam just so I can stream it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a thought.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's section of what we've been up to.
Highlights for kids.
Highlights for kids. Highlights for kids.
Yep. You join our Discord for you join the Discord for the weekly puzzles. Mm-hmm. Those are all there.
Yeah. And riddles.
Yep.
Sadness.
We should just call it the business.
The business?
Call it the business.
The business. We gave everybody our business this week.
Exactly.
Giving you the business.
Yes.
So now that you've received our the business, we're going to end it right there. And then technically, this is going to be the end of the first 30-minute section of the podcast for the new format.
Yeah.
If we decide to go this way.
I say we should.
We'll give it a shot, and we'll see what people...
I don't have to edit, so...
I know, you don't have to edit. It's just this guy over here has to edit everything.
Speaking of editing, I still have a bunch of videos to edit.
Yes, you do.
You'd think all this time that I've had off, I would have knocked out
maybe like 4 or 5.
At least one.
Yeah, you haven't done jack shit.
Maybe this weekend.
Maybe. So, All right, so that's going to be it for what we've been doing this week. We will pick back up, I guess, and technically it will be Wednesday now. Unless this is the long form and you're listening onto the podcast version, then this comes out on Sunday as per normal. Wednesday, you will see what we're going to be talking about for the news, which is going to be light.
Yep, it'll be a short section.
It'll be a short segment. So, all right, tune in Wednesday for the news, and we will be, for us, we'll be back in an instant. But for you, we will see you in a few days. Okay? So,
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Get out.
We don't want you anymore.
No.